loves, I'm going to show you how I create my custom animated subscribe button using just one app, and that is KineMaster. You want to select on that plus icon to the left, and you're going to select 16:9 for YouTube ratio. Once you go in, you're gonna need a green screen, so you can download a green screen from Google and save it to your camera roll. So you're gonna select on media, then you're gonna select on the green screen that you have downloaded, and basically that will be your background, so it can basically be chroma keyed into any video. Then you're gonna select on that crop icon. I'm gonna pull that up so it fills the entire screen. Then I'm gonna select on the equal sign icon right there so it does not move, it just stays right there. Once you do that, click on the take camera back out where we started, click on layer media, and then we're gonna go and add our logo. So I selected my logo and I'm basically dragging in and positioning it where I want it to be. Select a layer, then overlay, and we get a ton of overlay from the KineMaster store. I'm just selecting one that basically looks like a banner. So I'm scrolling down and trying to find neon borders, and I'm going with that pinky one right there, and I'm going to select that as a little banner, pop-out banner basically. And I'm positioning it back. Click on those three dots at the side there, and I'm gonna send it back so it's behind my logo. It's on those three stack of circles, the first batch, and that's in animation, and I'm going to select enter slide right as animation to add to my banner. So let's see how that pops up. So that's perfect, that's all I want it to be. Then I'm going to layer, I'm going to text, and I'm going to add a subscribe as our subscribe button technically looks. So I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna drag that and put it right on that banner right there, adjust the sizing, and basically I want to also adjust the font. So I'm gonna go for Minecraft, and that is the font I'm gonna use. Select the tick, and then I'm basically gonna turn that red because subscribe button are red before person subscribes, so same idea. So I'm selecting on the color icon there, and then I'm gonna click on the red button, and basically that will turn red. I'm just gonna scroll down in the taskbar, and when I scroll down I am going to add like a shadow or outline around it so the red stands out more. So I'm adding glow, and white outline. So I'm basically playing around. You can play around with this part too, guys. So yeah, so now I'm just kind of seeing how that looks, and basically I am going in and I'm duplicating the subscribe button now, because then I want a gray subscribe button to populate, so it gives the effect that when you click on it, it turns gray. So I'm kind of dragging that so it doesn't come up entirely as, you know, the one before. So I'm just gonna select that and I'm gonna turn it gray. So when I turn it gray now, you will see the effect and transition from red to gray, and I'm kind of just adjusting the color just as I did the first one with creating glows and shadows around it, so it looks perfect. So let us play and see how that goes, and that is looking good so far, guys. Yeah, so I'm just adjusting the first subscribe so it pops out as soon as the logo comes in. So I'm just kind of pulling it closer towards the front so it kind of populates as soon as the banner pops out. So I'm going to select on that now. I'm going to go in animation, and I'm going to do slide right, and slide right will allow it to have that perfect transition when the banner pops out. So I was thinking of slide right or wipe right, one of them, guys, and you can play around with that. So when it pops out, you can just see it sliding to the right as well. So I'm going layer, I'm going overlay, and I'm going to add cursor animations, and this comes also in the store, and I'm going to go in with that first one with the wheels around it. So I'm going to just drag that down on top of the subscribe button, so when it pops in, it creates the effect like it's clicking. So I'm just adjusting the size and I'm putting it right there. So in my taskbar you can see me just positioning that right where it stops and the waves pops out. That's where I want to basically have a little clicking sound. So I adjusted the gray subscribe word, so when it clicks it pops up immediately when it clicks, if you understand. So I'm pulling it as close to there as possible. Then I'm going to layer and I'm going to overlay and I'm going for another cursor, and this one has the bell, and you know that signifies notification. So I'm dragging that to the end. I'm gonna let it just kind of itch off at the end right there, and yeah, it's kind of too high, so I'm pulling that down so it just edges off right there, guys. So immediately after it turns gray, I should have that button right there. So I'm just replaying to see how it looks, and yeah, it looks pretty good so far. So guys, so now I'm gonna add audio, and I'm going to add an intro audio where I get basically from KineMaster. It's in SFX assets, and I'm gonna select that whoosh. I downloaded this from the store also, and I'm playing around to see which one interests me the most, and I think I'm going with this one. And I'm just gonna add that to the front, so when it pops in, this is the sound that you hear. And then I think I need to add a clicking sound right there where it turns gray when the waves come in. So I'm gonna add audio, SFX assets. Then I'm gonna go for that clicking sound, that mouse click, and I'm gonna listen to see which one appeals to me the most. Then I'm gonna select the plus sign to select that one. So this needs to be right where it turns gray. So the sound needs to pop in like right there. So I'm just pulling in the subscribe gray button so it kind of just match seamlessly with the audio. So basically that's what I'm doing. I'm now adding another audio, and I'm adding the bell sound. So when the cursor hits the bell, then you have the sound there. So I'm selecting the one that appeals to me. And you can hear how that sounds. Yeah guys, that is pretty much like what I do for the most part. Otherwise I'm just playing around with animations. I kind of want the hands to kind of fade out before it goes into the other one, so that's what I'm doing, an out animation, and I'm clicking like an exit or wipe right, exit slide right, and that will kind of move to the right, and then the next cursor hand comes in. So yes guys, it's as easy as that. Once you're finished with the project, then you're gonna select that topmost button right there, and it'll bring you to the home page. Then you're gonna select on the project, and you are going to select that share icon, and that will allow you to download the icon to your phone. So you're gonna select the resolution and the frame rate that you want, and then you're gonna export it to your camera roll, and that basically will be sitting there in your camera roll. Once you export the project, you can go in and you can apply this green screen effect into your other projects. So when you go in, and for example you want to go in and you want to create a YouTube video, and I'm just for this purpose, I'm just gonna pull up one that I actually did already. You're gonna just go in, drag it to where you basically want to add the animation, select layer media, get your green screen, adjust it. Then you want to go to the taskbar, select chroma key. Once you select chroma key, enable it, and then you will play around with how it looks. So you're gonna pull on the bars till it's perfect to your liking, till it gets out all of the green as much as possible, and basically the background will be completely erased, and it will be a perfect little animation there on your video. And that is all guys. So let's see.
For 4 months, no relaxers. This easy.
So guys, if you did enjoy this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share guys.